not change? Who wants to change? Sarcastically spoken. This is Nikki of Nikki'sConfettiLife.com, and welcome to my blog, not my blog, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Garden of Mine. I could have edited and take it out, but hey, this is real life. So today is actually day 4 of the self-love project, 28 days of the self-love project. And I'm going to do day 4 and 5 because yesterday here in Memphis, we had, well, over a couple of days, we've had this ice storm and we didn't have power, or I had power, but I didn't have Wi-Fi or the internet. So I'm just going to do both of those days together. And day 4 was about change. So self-love requires change, and change is challenging work. We talked about self-love being hard work the other day. It's easier to stay the same and say, so what? This is just the way I am. But the question that I want to ask you is, if the way you are is not a reflection of love or self-love, is that really the way you are, or just the way you have grown accustomed to being and responding? So the question once again is, if the way you are is not a reflection of love, is that just how you are, or is that what you've become over time, or have what you have been shaped to be by your environment or by your circumstances or by your situation? Is that what you've grown accustomed to being and responding in that way, or is that really how you are? That's the question to be asked. And sometimes we use that as an excuse to not change. Well, that's just the way I am. Well, you know how I am. Well, that's just the way I respond. Or, well, that's my tone. Well, you need to change your tone. You need to change your response mechanisms. You need to watch those buttons that are pushed that make you respond in that way, or change the buttons, or remove the buttons altogether. You might have to change and expand circles. You may lose a few friends, or you may have to make new friends in order to change. Self-love requires change. You can't always be around the same type of people that accept your poor behavior or your bad behavior. You may have to get around some people that are going to challenge you to change and to be a better person. You may be alone for a while, and though you are loyal, it means nothing if you are loyal to people who don't respect or value you, or people that use you. If they are using your mind, they are using you. If they are wasting your time, they are using you. If they are using your heart and your emotions, playing on your heart and emotions, they are using you. If they are using your body, they are using you. Change is challenging. Self-love requires change. Now, that was day 4 of 28 days of the self-love project. And today is day 5. And day 5 is maybe honesty, maybe uncomfortable honesty. We're talking about 28 days of the self-love project, day 5. And these are things that have helped me to grow the roots of loving myself beyond the outward. And we talked about that day 1, day 2, about the beyond the outward appearance of loving yourself. And day 5 is maybe uncomfortable honesty. Sometimes honesty is uncomfortable. Sometimes looking in the mirror at yourself, even your body, it's uncomfortable for some people to stand in the mirror and look at their bodies. And think about it. If you can stand in the mirror and examine your thoughts, and if you can replay those emotions and reactions, it may be uncomfortable. Self-love is about being honest with yourself, about yourself. It's about being honest about other people that are in your life and people that you are connected to and why you're connected to them. You may have to admit that you are selfish. You may have to admit that you are petty to the 10th power. Maybe you do let people walk all over you. Maybe you do think you are better than others. Maybe you are lonely. Maybe you do have insecurities. I mean, we all do, but you have to be honest about those things. Maybe they don't love you or respect you. Maybe it is just about sex. Maybe you never wanted to be a physical therapist, a nurse, a doctor, a warehouse worker, and you really wanted to open up a bakery or a flower shop or be a fashion designer. That would be me. You may have to admit that you were wrong and that you hurt someone. The truth will set you free, but only if you tell the truth to yourself and about others. So, that is day 5 of the self-love project, 28 days of the self-love project. And these are things that have helped me come to grow my roots deeper in loving myself. So on my blog, nikkisconfettilife.com, there's another link, and it's called Sunday Morning Coffee Musings. This is one of my most popular blogs, and it's about the power of introspection. And I thought that this would be great when it comes to being honest with yourself. So you can hop over there, nikkisconfettilife.com, read that, and it'll also give you some insight into being honest with yourself. Now, today is Saturday. It is the weekend, baby. I hope that you can find you something to do that expresses how much you love yourself. Here in our city, in a lot of places, power is out. But even when power is out, we have to just still move through that and to be grateful for being here and finding ways, or the best ways we can, to make it until our power comes back on. I know that it sucks. It really does. But if you can get out the house, if you can drive around a little bit, if you can read something that'll make you feel better, if you do have power, maybe you can invite some of your friends or relatives over to sit with you, make them a good meal, Hey, we got to get through this. 9 times out of 10, when we look back, we've gotten through this. So enjoy your weekend.